Amidst the growing violence at the Israel-Lebanon border and also the stalled peace efforts, Lebanon's top leaders have now taken direct aim at Iran, urging Tehran to stop interfering in the country's internal affairs and warning against turning Lebanon into a battleground for regional conflicts. The renewed tensions have come after Hezbollah rejected a new truce proposal that was agreed upon by the Lebanese government earlier in the week, along with the Israeli representatives brokered by Washington. The proposed arrangement reportedly called for a complete halt to Hezbollah attacks but did not explicitly require an end to the Israeli military attacks and bombings that it has been carrying out across Lebanon. The Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam said that southern Lebanon should not be treated as a bargaining chip in the wider regional negotiations.
We are a nation that refuses to become a mere mailbox for others' messages or an open battleground for their wars. Lebanon is not a bargaining chip for anyone, and the south is not anyone's reserve front.
Now, President Joseph Aoun has delivered a similar message, insisting that Lebanon's affairs must be decided by the Lebanese state and not by the outside powers. Now, in response, the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has called on the Lebanese president to focus on what he's described as Lebanon's real foe. The dispute also highlights the growing pressure on Iran's influence in Lebanon. Tehran, which is currently engaged in negotiations with Washington, has maintained that developments in Lebanon and the broader regional conflict are very closely connected. Hezbollah has strongly opposed the Lebanese government's engagement with Israel. The leader, Naim Qassem, has dismissed the negotiations as meaningless, while President Michael Aoun has argued that diplomacy remains the only realistic path towards ending this war. On the ground, the war has continued to escalate. Lebanon's army has said that several of the Lebanese soldiers have now been killed, including an officer in an Israeli bombing on a vehicle in the south. The Lebanese state media has reported some fresh Israeli strikes on more than 40 different locations on Friday. While Hezbollah has announced new attacks against the Israeli troops operating in southern Lebanon, Israel has launched what is being described as its deepest military incursion into Lebanon in over 2 decades. On Friday, the Israeli military has also issued an evacuation warning for the residents in at least 9 towns and villages ahead of the planned operations. In southern Lebanon, an overnight Israeli attack near Jabal Amal Hospital in the Tyre area has killed about 4 people and has damaged the medical facility. The Lebanon's health ministry said that a strike in Nabatia district on Friday has killed about 5 people, including an emergency worker affiliated with the Amal movement, a Hezbollah ally. The ministry condemned what it described as the targeting of rescue personnel carrying out humanitarian operations. On Thursday, seriously wounded prominent environmental activist Mona Khalil, who had remained at her home near Tyre. According to the Lebanese authorities, the Israeli attacks have killed at least about 3,558 people since the war escalated on the 2nd of March. The fighting has now prompted renewed international concern. In a joint statement, the foreign ministers of 11 nations, including Australia, Canada and France, along with the European Union, have expressed some deep concerns over the continued escalation.